Alrighty, here we go. I am unstable, joined here by Railcoon for the second game here for the final match of Group A. Winner of this match will go through to the single elimination bracket best of 5 series. So it is going to be MVP's Monster up against I Am Happy. Happy losing the first game, tried to do a double proxy ranks, but unfortunately failed. Just chase those drones around. I don't understand why he did that.
Yeah, that's not something you do when you do the double proxy racks. It's like one of the first things you should be doing. Like, it must have just been the pressure getting to him there.
Yeah.
Just made a basic mistake. It happens. Happens to the best players sometimes. So we'll see how he can recover. Like, hopefully he's not beating himself up too much over it, and he can show us a good game here on Cloud Kingdom.
Yeah, alright, so we do have Monster up here at the top right-hand corner as our pink Zerg, of course. And down here at the bottom left, we have I Am's Happy as our yellow Terran. So, like, he showed a really good game against Leenock on Daybreak, and then he tried proxy racks against Leenock, and then he tried proxy racks against Monster. And, like, he really should just stick to what he's good at, and that is the macro game. He's not doing it again, is he? Oh, this
is the fake out one. This is the I'm gonna make you scout and not find a
Yeah, I was
barracks.
gonna say, there's no second SCV
well,
going
it's also a place where he can lift it back up into his base very easily as well, which is the other giveaway.
Yeah.
So he's just, I mean, especially after he does the 2 racks and fails, like, Monster's going to scout. This might do a better job of causing reaction if he doesn't morph an orbital command this time. That was such a huge thing he did against Leenock when he did the same build. He completely gave it away by morphing that orbital command in front of the drone.
Yeah.
So hopefully he doesn't make that same mistake again. I mean, delaying the orbital command a few seconds in return for making him overreact to a possible proxy is definitely worth it.
Alrighty, so we do see the drone in here. He does see what's going on, of course.
He did it again. Oh, it very started. You can see the smoke popping out. Did he notice?
Probably not. Either way, he's just going to be out running around here. He's going to try and see which is which. Like, the problem is, the only real reaction you can do will come after you see that. Like, whoa, there we go. Command center going down at the natural. So, really, at this point in time, there's nothing to really react to. He's got his pool on the way. He's got that going on. He's moving his Overlord to try and see if any bunkers go down, of course. And that's pretty much it. So, the SCV's come in. He's going to see that the spawning pool hasn't been finished yet. Looking at the money here, he's probably going to go double queen straight away.
Look, though. He got him to pull some of these drones away. He's chasing the SCV. He's got the bunker off. This isn't a huge reaction, but he's got some of the workers just chasing around here for a second. Yeah. But he doesn't fall for it. He only sees one Marine. He's like, okay, you're just screwing with me. Yeah, he's actually just calling his bluff on it, and Happy's like, okay, you got me. So, almost getting him to overreact, but Monster saw right through it. And, you know, it's a nice try. It's one of those build orders. It's not really costing him anything to do that kind of a thing. It does slow down the Marines here, as he does have to lift the barracks back into his main, but that's the only downside.
Yeah, and he is going for that very quick third command center as well. We saw him do this against Leenock, but Leenock just sat there and like, no, I'm not going to take gas. I'm just going to go straight for like 70 drones before I do anything. So let's see if Monster has the same type of reaction here. He does have some Zerglings coming across the map now to see what's going on. He will spot this orbital command that's coming up at the natural. And it's going to be interesting, because if he walks to the top of the ramp, I'm pretty sure he can see that command center.
Yeah.
There we go. The Zerglings are going up the ramp. Let's see the vision. Oh, barely not. Like, the closest I've ever seen that it not going on.
I think if he'd come right up against the flight depot, he might have barely seen it. It looks like it might just barely be out of vision range now that I look at it again. So that could just be really, really well placed by Happy. That's what it looks like it is. And there was no way he was going to let it see. But the supply depot's down, unstable. Oh, he doesn't go for it again. Oh my god, scaring me.
Oh, but he wasn't paying attention to those Zerglings. He will lose those. No more scouting information for him. Looking back here, there is no gas for Monster at all just yet. Very similar to the Leenock. Leenock played it on Daybreak. There we go. We're taking 1, 2 gas and a third at the same time. So it's going to be pretty much the exact type of opening that we saw in that Leenock versus Happy game. But at the same time, Happy's going to have a little bit of an easier time going up against Monster. Leenock's late game ZVT is probably where he shines the most.
Yeah, he did control. He made a lot of really good decisions in the mid game as well, with those Mutalisks. Buying time with them and then just giving them up when they weren't relevant anymore to try and just waste some resources. Oh, we had a little bit of pause there, apparently.
Yeah.
And Lenok is just really good at thinking on his feet. It's one of his stronger points, like adjusting his strategy if he runs into something problematic. He's not one of the types of players who he gets into a build and he's like, no, I'm going to do the build, even when he runs up against something that's bad for him.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with Monster, if he's as good at adjusting on the fly like Lenok did, because that's something that you don't always notice, but it's one of his bigger strengths.
Alright, so we do have a Roach Warren finished up. There's 4 Roaches on the way, Ling Speed as well. Double Evo Chamber behind the mineral line here at the Natural. So, still very similar to the way Lenok played, but the Roaches are a big difference. Like, if he's expecting Hellions to come through, which he, of course, has seen now, it's going to completely shut down everything he's going to do. The same way Lenok used Queens to shut down Hellion aggression, and Monster's preferring to do with Roaches to be a little bit safer. And it both ways worked. There's no real way the one that's better than the other at this stage.
Lennox was a little bit riskier, but allowed him to get a lot more drones out. Like, if you look at the worker count, he's not going to be getting as far ahead in the worker count as Lennox did because of these Roaches. The Queens, of course, once they drop a bunch of creep tumors, able to start, like, just injecting every hatchery really quickly. And those early drones, like, are compound interest. They turn into more drones the longer the game goes. So he's not going to get to that ridiculous point of economy as fast as Lenok did.
Yeah.
So if Happy continues to transition to the same style of build, he'll be in a better position than he was against Lenok. But it does look like he is doing something a little bit different. He is focusing a little bit more on the bio here. He's got Stim Pack almost done, Marines and Marauders. Hasn't started a siege tank out of this factory yet, so he is still just pure bio with 1-1 upgrades on the way.
Yeah, and with the lair just finishing up now for Monster, you'll be able to get those banglings that he has already morphed a few just for defensive purposes. But the fact that Happy's not going for mech, which means he can actually be a lot more aggressive a lot earlier. And oh, here we go. The Hellions are going to get caught though. Not paying attention. Goodbye, Hellions. Surrounded and taken out pretty much instantly by Monster. Nicely done there because he took the watchtower down the bottom.
Monster is expanding at pretty much the same times that Lenok did, though. He got that macro hatch in his main, and then he got the fourth one on the way after the layers done.
Run bay over here at the third base for Monster. He actually has no units in position because he was moving out into the middle of the map, and now that's going to delay him quite a bit, giving quite a bit of time here for Monster to get prepared. He's only 8 supply up at this point in time, but he's delayed that attack, especially since it looked like it was going to the north, which would have taken this 4th base by surprise because there's no creep there yet.
Yeah, Monster's doing a good job with these Zerglings, trying to make Happy stay here with his army while he gets that 4th base, making sure that he can't take any counter aggression unless it's a drop of some kind. And his infestation pit is almost done. He's got a decent number of Zerglings and Banelings. He's almost up at 80 drones, so he is getting there economically. Happy appears to have stopped at 56. He's happy at that number. It's not an unusual number for Terrans to stop at once they start adding up on the mules. It allows them to get more army supply out, but their supplies total are still the same. But Monster is now really starting to crank out a lot of army, and once Infestors start backing this up, this is going to be really dangerous.
Yeah, but it looks like we do see Happy moving out now, coming into the middle of the map, but he needs to be careful. Scan goes down, does see those Zerglings there. We'll be able to clean up a bit of this creep, something that's been becoming frustrating for a lot of Terrans recently. We do see a drop over here on the right-hand side being spotted by 1, 2 Overlords before it even gets there, and look at that, we do see Zerglings coming over to help deal with that, and a Spore Crawler going down as well. So that's going to be completely shut down, and hopefully Happy notices. No, he's not actually paying attention.
Shift queued. He wasn't watching it. He will lift it up after only 1 Marine dies. Head up into the main. There's not much here to deal with in the main. There is a Queen, but the Zerglings are not being paid attention to because there is a battle starting over at the 4th base of Monster. So this drop might do a little bit more damage the second time around. They're still dancing back and forth. He hasn't noticed the dropship coming into the main base. It's going to land right next to the infestation pit right as Monster moves in on Happy's army. What is he going to focus down? He is actually going after the infestation pit, but Happy is losing most of his army to the Zerglings and Banelings. But that infestation pit is going to go down.
Yeah, he has been cleaned up down here at the 4th. We do see that infestation pit down. As you were saying, the dropship, the medivac might be taken out by the Queens. But at the same time, Monster has pushed Happy completely back. He's now 30 supply up. He's got his 4th base up and running. He's getting the gas there now as well. Got his hive finishing. He's got another infestation pit going down. 2 2s finishing up for him as well. And looking at the upgrades for Happy, he's pretty much on par with that, but he's getting 10 Marines at a time at the moment. He just needs to be really careful against these infestors now that are on the field.
Yeah, but there's he does know that the infestors that are out are not replaceable at the moment.
Yeah,
so
but here comes Monster straight in here. There's just so many Zerglings. The Fungal's going down on the Marines as well. It's going to help him completely cut through this. But now we're looking at about a 40 to 50 supply advantage for Monster. He's getting Adrenal Glands. He's getting +3. All these the ragtag reinforcements that were coming through from Happy as well. But it's because he has to be careful. He doesn't have Banelings with his army. And oh, the depots are lowered here. Needs to back off anyway.
That was not even on creep. Like, that was straight up on normal movement speed. He just got completely overrun by those Fungals. But again, he knows that these infestors are low on energy. There aren't going to be new ones out for a little while. So Monster does have to withdraw, but he is going for the Ultralisk Cavern, which is the one and only way to lose the game while ahead. I mean, it's possible. Zerg players have been figuring out how to win with Ultras recently. It's been happening, but it's still really dangerous in a situation like this. Especially against a bio army trying to go for the Ultras. So we'll see what happens. I think he's far enough ahead that it doesn't matter.
Oh, here we go. He's actually been caught though. His tanks on siege. So many Zerglings just going to be able to crush through this. Does take out those tanks and back off. Yeah, as we do see double drops. One up here at the 4th. Another one going down into the natural in a second. Being forced to pull drones here is Monster, but he should be fine against this. He's going to be able to clean it up with these Zerglings coming through. And could even follow it up with some Fungals if he really wanted to.
Yeah, he's up to 7 infestors with some Ultralisks popping out. I think he's far enough ahead that he's not going to be snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. This army plus the Ultralisk support should be able to just smash right through Happy. But if he does pick the perfect positioning on the map to where he can kite perfectly with the siege tanks shooting from afar, it is possible that these Ultralisks could go down, and that's a really expensive loss whenever that happens. It also depends on how long he waits. If he lets Happy catch farther up in supply, because he's maxed right now. Happy, the longer he waits, the more supply Happy's going to have. But he's going to be waiting on these Ultralisks, probably, which is going to mean that Happy's going to be at 200 supply. So this is the dangerous part of the Ultralisks. He has to get this attack down right. You can't kind of attack with the Ultras, because then they'll take a lot of damage. You have to commit to it at the exact right moment, and that's the hardest part about using Ultralisks.
Alright, but here we go. We just see Happy moving out now. He's actually Monster going to commit to this. He does get one good Fungal off here. But he's darting back and forth inside of tank range, losing quite a few Zerglings there for no real reason. Didn't actually get any payoff because the Medivacs came through and... Whoa, he's being really indecisive.
Ooh, those infestors taking some hits too. I think he really wants to wait for those Ultras, but he's just trying to dance there to delay the push while the Ultras pop out. The Ultras are now out, and he morphed a lot into Banelings. I don't know if that was really necessary. I think he probably wanted more Zerglings than this. We'll see how this works out. That is a lot of Banelings. Ultras are going to run in front, taking all the damage. Banelings coming in from behind. How well can Happy spread? Marines are completely withdrawing, going to spread out, try and deflate these Banelings. He's doing a decent job so far, but just not good enough. And the Ultras did not go down. Yeah, I think it's just too much. He's going to get steamrolled.
Yeah, that army did not work out the way he wanted it to. He does have reinforcements going to be up at the top of this ramp. Can force the bottleneck there, so he won't outright die right here because he's keeping up with his macro. But we just see 40 plus Zerglings in production all at once. These Ultras are very low health, but as you were saying, did survive. Happy's trying to take that 4th base, but he's just going to be completely shut down now. The problem is he's also got a drop over on the right, which has been denying a base over here for quite a while. But he needs some kind of answer to actually win an engagement. If he can win one engagement, he can actually just push through and take out that 4th base, because Monster hasn't been able to secure a 5th just yet. But looking here at Happy's bases, he's pretty much mined out in his main, half mined out at his natural. Needs to be really careful with this. And it looks like he's tried to land and make a planetary,
but the moment that he lands, Monster walks back in. And Happy's army is in the worst possible spot right now. That is not where he wants to be to engage this. He does pick off a tank, but the Banelings were not in the proper position, so he got a little bit lucky there. His army could have gotten completely chopped in half if the Banelings were in a better position there, and then that would have been game. But since the Banelings were trapped behind the Zerglings and Ultras, he did just barely get away with that little bit of a mistake there.
Yeah, so we do have two drops going on at the moment. One's just been dropped here to stop some creep, and the other one's been deflected by the 2 queens in the main. We do have double Spire coming down here for Monster, and again, he's going to come in and try and force a cancel on this planetary. But Happy is in a better position this time, and here comes Monster. He's going to roll through, but nice targeting on those bangers. Oh, a big punch of them just went up, and look at that, they didn't even get to the Bioforce here, and this is exactly what Happy needed. He's going to be able to push back. He's got enough Marauders now to stop that. How much energy do these Infestors have? Not as much as he would like. As the reinforcements come through, there's still quite a few Zerglings, so he can't completely push it back. But that was like the most perfect engagement Happy could have asked for.
Yeah,
all the Banelings just went into the one spot to get through the tanks and the Ultras and just got obliterated.
Yeah, the Ultras didn't take the tank shots that time. They were kind of behind the Zerglings and Banelings. The first time he fought, the Ultras came in way ahead, distracted all the fire, then the Zerglings and Banelings rolled through everything else.
Yeah.
But that time they kind of came in through together, and Happy just focus fired really, really well. Supply advantage is still for Monster, but that's 4 Ultralisks that have been building, now just finishing up. He doesn't actually have so many larvae that a larva injection just popped out and several larvae died. So he is able to remacro very well at this point in time. But can he break through this defensive position? He has 30 supply advantage.
He's going for it again.
As time goes. Oh, but he can't be indecisive like this. This is not how you fight with Ultralisks. He is just giving Happy more time. You can't do this right now.
Yeah, well, Happy still hasn't been able to secure that 4th, at least for him. For Monster. We do see another drop going down in the main. Has been completely shut down yet again. Still has this group of Marines over here on the right-hand side of the map, though.
Here we go. We have Greater Spire on the way. So he's going to try and switch into Broodlords. And look at the anti-air for Happy. He's actually switched over into Marauders to deal with these Ultralisks. So this could actually work out really, really well for Monster. With less Marines on the field, absolutely no Vikings. If he can get these Broodlords out on the field with the Ultras, Zerglings, and Banelings, then this could be really, really bad for Happy.
Well, we do see already quite a few Corruptors out. We got a scan going down. Did he actually just see that? I'm not sure. I think he was slightly out of range to see those Corruptors. There we go. 5 Broodlords on the way. He's just going to wait, be patient. He's now taking a 5th base, of course, because he needs to get something done with that. Another drop down here at the natural with Marauders to take out the Spines and try and stop some of this gas production.
He's so close to seeing the Greater Spire. Oh, he does scout it.
Oh,
okay,
he's
so
gonna kill it too.
Way.
He's actually gonna get it down.
Oh no, he's not.
That was so close. So,
but there, 8 Broodlords already were made before that.
Yeah.
5 of them are done. 3 more about to finish. Monster has an opportunity. There's absolutely no anti-air except for a few Marines. He does have a lot of Banelings to back this up. So if he does this right, he can still break through it.
But
and
there's,
if he can
there's quite a few bunkers here as well. Whoa, he's actually, look at that. Happy's actually moved his army together right as these Broodlords come through. He cannot, like, he just has no answer for them, period. Like, he can't move forward, he can't move back. The army composition here for Monster is just completely tearing him apart. Look at that, Tank's getting stuck here as well. And he's trying to come around for the flank here, but he's just now grouped up. And if Monster wants to go for it, and which he is, he's going to go through, and there's going to be clumped up on the ramp here. But here we go. Oh, whoa, Monster's just pulling back.
Again. They're behind the Ultralisks, and he needs to make sure that does not happen. Broodlord's going to come forward and start sieging since those Marine tanks, those siege tanks were sieged up. Now he's coming in again with the Ultras and Banelings, and that was a lot of units getting killed. Clutch Fungals as well. Oh my god, that was just perfectly executed for Monster that time.
Yeah, apart from that little misstep up at the top of the ramp, he just went through and cleaned house just then. He's now able to come in and take out this 4th base, leaving Happy with pretty much no options right now. He's down 80 supply, he's lost his only mining base. Monster's going to have this extra base up here at the top left as well. He's forced to lift up. There's actually no Corruptors here at the moment.
Yeah, the Vikings are dying to the Queens, though.
Yeah.
So the Vikings do go down. There's 2 more Vikings on the way. He's trying to get the upgrades for those, but it's just not getting out enough. And Monster's at almost remaxed, and Happy's sitting at 95.
Yeah, Happy's also mined out completely. There's like 2 or 3 patches back in the main, but that's about it. And he doesn't even have a command center there to use it because he's floating it over. So Happy only has a tiny bit of mining left. Where is he mining from? Oh, he's got 2 patches down here at his 3rd, and that's it. But the Broodlords are now coming forward. There's Queens, there's Corruptors to back them up. He just needs to be careful not to overextend and completely lose all of them, and he can finish out the game right here if he wants to. But here come the Marines, up a little bit too close. The Transfuser's going down on these Broodlords, and I think the Fungals are a little bit out of range. The Infestors are a little bit out of range to do that, but he cannot go down that ramp. There we go. There's a Fungal on the top of the ramp, taking out quite a bit of damage on those, but now he needs to be careful.
He's losing a lot of units right now.
Yeah.
The position on those Broodlords wasn't the best. A lot of these Broodlords have gone down. There's only 3 left. But now the Fungal and the Ultralisks are ripping apart the Bio Army, and I think that's going to be the last straw.
Yeah, everything's picked up by these Medivacs, and he's now going to try and get up that ramp. There's corrupted, Vikings here as well. He does not have enough energy.
If he could have gotten a Fungal off on
the Infested Terran stopping the pathing of the Ultra, getting through that gap there at the same time. So they're just going to be being picked apart by these Marauders at the back. But this looks like game over for Happy, going to go. Like, he did win his first set of the day, but unfortunately fell from the winners match to Lenok. But still an impression showing thus far. I kind of wish he didn't use the proxy racks as much, since it's been shown that he can play a very strong macro game as well.
His macro games were really good in all of his matches. So I kind of agree with you there. He's trying to be a little bit too tricky, trying to mess with his opponent's metagame. That might have been like, he might have just been preparing for other things. I really just can't say. And, you know, you see the last of his units going to get taken out here. The Vikings landing, trying to take out the last few units. We should be seeing a GG here any moment. So congratulations to Monster and Lenok, who are both going to advance.
Yep, absolutely, and just everything going to work on these production facilities. I think Happy's just realizing what's happening. There's the GG as a Monster advances through. I actually have his correct graphic this time, don't worry. So Lenok and Monster advance from Group A here. Unfortunately, Yoon Jun and Happy not advancing, and we hope that Yoon can fix his mouse problems for next time, as he did show quite a good showing against Happy, to be honest, in that first set. But of course, for today's games, we've still got Groups B and C to come before we go off air, so stick around. We're going to have quite a few games to come up.